Good morning, November 26th. I've just started my climb of Mount Whitney, 14,495 feet. So, beautiful day, and I'm going solo. I've got a pack that's 52 pounds. I mean, it's heavier than I like, but I want to stay warm up there. So, probably more clothes than I should have took. So, happy trails to everybody. where I get my water. It's a lot of fun breaking these guys. Good morning, everybody. I think it's Tuesday, probably the 28th. This is the day of my ascent. It's really cold. Fingers are really numb. My base camp is down there at a place called Trail Camp. And maybe you can see I'm dressed pretty light now. Sure is nice having all of that off your shoulders, all that weight. Good 55 pounds. So anyway, to get up there, there's 99 switchbacks, of which I'm starting. See that sunlight? Can't wait to hit it. I think right here it's about 20 degrees. Fingers are numb, but I don't want to wear heavy gloves this morning. And that sun is going to feel real good. Okay, catch you later. You don't know how welcome that sun feels. Now that I'm out of the shade, maybe my hands will warm up. Still got a ways to go. That's not to get to the summit. That's just to get to the crest. So we'll come out of this cirque, end up on the ridge line, is another way to say it. Feel strong today, benefiting from the 2 days that I've really humped on this trail. Got to go up to 14,495 feet. If anyone doesn't know it, that's the highest part in the lower 48 United States outside of Alaska. So I love the land of granite. I love being above tree line. So keep you posted how it goes. It looks like it should be a good day. Cannot believe this is almost November, the end of October. We should be skiing now. But look at this. Look at this incredible weather. I think it's going to be a good day. Three days ago, day before yesterday, sorry, there were gale force winds up here. Gale force. When I checked the weather of the summit, it said there were 70-mile-an-hour winds. Well, depending on the time of year, this could be pretty treacherous here, so obvious. Early 1900s, this is what they did. Can you imagine all the work carving this trail out? This is one big glacial slope. You know, the snow would just take you and whatever on it right down to the bottom. But this is how people go up in the winter anyway. Not on the trail. They go up that slope there, that little couloir, and they glissade down, sit in the snow with their ice axes, and basically just slide down. Boy, doing a winter ascent, you really gotta have a set of huevos rancheros on you. somewhere over there was a rock slide. I couldn't get my camera out fast enough to film it. But I'm glad it happened because it reminds me that 6 a.m., I believe over there was a rock slide. It woke me up. I mean, I had earplugs on and it was still loud enough to wake me up. So one thing about high mountain travel, you don't want to be at the mercy of the mountain longer than you have to be. But this trail is pretty secure. Look at the work that went into this. I'm approaching Trail Crest. There's two miles still to go. That's the top of Whitney. That's the back side. You can see there's 3 peaks. Of course, the tallest is Whitney. I'll be traversing along 3. Actually, I think there's 3 peaks. The 4th is Whitney. I'll be traversing along those smaller peaks, and I can get a view of things from an area called the Windows. Looking forward to that. It's pretty exposed there. There's some real steepness. You slip, you're dead. But I'm not going to have any problems like that. Did you hear that one? I missed most of it, but that was another rock slide. Hopefully that'll turn out. I'll turn up the volume more. These mountains are still forming. Remember, all that used to be at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and here it is. It's amazing, just amazing. Okay, so I just completed a section called the 99 switchbacks. A switchback is when a trail changes directions. In other words, it zigzags up the mountain, and then it switches back to the opposite direction. So you zigzag up, and I guess I came up 1,600 feet in elevation because trail camp way down there was about 12,000 feet, give or take some change. And here we are at 13,600. Now, Whitney, which is on the other side of these little minarets here, you can't see it, 14,495 feet. But the bad news is I now have to enter Sequoia National Park. That's my view to the west. That's my view to the east. Couldn't see half those mountains before, those ones in the distance, the Panamints and Telescope Peak from Death Valley. Anyway, and then this is looking west. We're going to be on top of the world if everything goes right pretty soon. Just beautiful, pristine lakes. But like I said, the only bad part is I've got to go downhill now to catch the John Muir Trail, and that's in Sequoia National Park. We were just in Inyo National Forest, sorry. So Inyo, the people-making god who lives in the mountains, according to the Indians. We're going down to Sequoia. I forget. I just hate losing all this downhill that I've worked so hard to get, and then have to come back up again. But that's the way it goes. Got to hit the peak today. Well, like I said, I don't like going downhill. A lot of exposure here. But it's the only way for the trail to get around this. So, I understand it's necessary. Onward. Right here is where the John Muir Trail, as you can see, meets with the Whitney Trail. It keeps going up there to Trail Crest. The sign here says 1.9 miles. But I tell you guys, 1.9 miles, it's 2 hours. But it's really about the elevation, not the mileage. So here we are, extreme danger from lightning, but not a cloud in the sky. All is good. Oh, one thing about this area. You come here in the summer, this area is filled with a lot of climbers, backpackers. They drop their packs off here. So most of them are coming from Sequoia National Park. The Crabtree Ranger Station is 5.5 miles down there. But you can see there's lots of lakes where people go. Sequoia has more bears than people. We have our bears here, but sequoias are known for them. So normally, this is just a lot of people. They drop off their packs before they take on the challenge of going to Whitney. Here I am, alone. There's a lot to be said about the wilderness experience, and you only get this when you're alone for many reasons. I like doing solo ascents, solo climbs, solo hiking. Do it at my own pace and all that. I believe this area is called the Windows. Might be able to get some beautiful shots from there. A lot of exposure here. This is a view looking east. This is a view through one of the windows. One of the windows on our way to the summit. Lots of exposure on both sides, actually. Looking west. This is not as much of a trail as it is a climb through some of this. Some of the areas were so narrow and it was so steep all around me, I just couldn't take pictures. Here's another view from one of the windows. Just beautiful. So, there's my first real good view of Whitney. I can actually see the little hut at the top. There's a couple more windows we're going to go by. Can't remember if I could take photos there or not. I don't know if you can see the moon coming up. As I'm nearing the summit, it becomes kind of like a mind exercise. You keep thinking, oh, it's almost there, it's almost there, it's almost there. They're called false summits. Basically, I just do a little photography, keep looking at my watch, thinking, hey, if I'm there by 1:30, 2, but my legs are strong legs, keep on going. I just need air for the muscle, but the muscles are not tired. It's amazing. Of course, I don't have 55 pounds on my back. There's Iceberg Lake, looking right from the tip of Mount Whitney. It's just beautiful. There's the little hut. There's 360 degree of Whitney. Beautiful, huh? Absolutely stunning. Edge. You can see all the lightning rods, a lot of prayer flags, very cool. Kind of like the Himalayas. Again, whatever. What's all the love about? This might be the register. Yeah, I'm not going to sign in, but that's what people do. Kind of nice. Erected 1909, Smithsonian Institution, Hodgkins Farm. Someone left a nice little bottle of wine here. Not for me. Take a look on the inside. Don't know if you can see anything, it's pretty dark. Nice view. Little bench. It's actually pretty warm in here. Here, a little bit more light. Maybe you get the idea. Very well insulated. Huh. Cool. And here we are. time to go down. What a trip. So far, so good. Well, I could spend hours here. Really could. Damn. So beautiful. You know, the hut kind of, I wish it wasn't here. But I don't know. Something about it. 1928. Anyway. So, I think it's time for me to make a decision here. I'm either going to just go back down to trail camp, which is right down there, or do I go down there and go all the way out? Big decision. Got to think that. I'll see how I feel when I get back down to trail camp. So, at least it's all downhill. Okay, the situation is 7 more miles I can be at the trailhead. Okay, decided to pack up quick, and instead of spending the night, try to get down to the trailhead. Got 7 miles to go. Good morning. Yesterday was tough. Whitney was from base camp, getting up to Whitney. It's about 4.5 miles. Coming back. Okay, so I put in 9 miles yesterday to climb Whitney just to get to trail camp. Base camp, sorry. Well, that morning I didn't really have anything to eat. I had some gorp, basically peanuts and stuff, and water, because I wanted to get an early start and do Whitney. So when I came back, I was really, really hungry. And unfortunately, my stove wasn't working. So what I decided to do was pack up. I mean, I have a rebuilding kit, but it's so cold, and it's just would be miserable to do it in this altitude and this cold. So I decided to hike out, but it was late. But I thought since it was all downhill, I could make the about, what would it be, at least 7 miles downhill. But with 50 some odd pounds, approximately 50 pounds on my back, it was tough on my legs. But the worst thing was, it got dark real quick. Going over a lot of the rocky areas, there really isn't a very good marked trail, and I was in the dark. The moon was just a sliver of the moon last night, but I did have a headlamp that I could wear on my forehead. It had 2 batteries that I'm not sure how old they were, so I decided not to use them too early in the trip. So I'd see how far I can get by moonlight. It got to where I could just see some of the granite, and it was just too hard. Finally I had to say, okay, I'm going to use my headlamp. So I used the headlamp, and that was all pretty good. It's just that my legs were giving out because they really didn't have any food the entire day. They were quivering and shaking, and there really wasn't a place to camp. I just unpacked. Certainly didn't feel like setting up camp again. So what I did was kept humping, kept going down. Knees were starting to hurt a little bit. Legs killing me. Was getting pretty dizzy from lack of food, so my energy was totally gone. And finally got down to where I camped the first night, coming in on day 1. A place called Outpost Camp. And as tired as I was, somehow I set it all up again. Got in here and just basically collapsed. I collapsed so hard, it's a little after 9 in the morning, so I got good sleep. Now, still have the stove problem, so I'm going to drink some water. My water is in my bag. I'm nice and toasty. This is a minus 40-degree bag, so I'm warm, considering, and comfortable. Hate to get out. My legs sure appreciate the rest, but I'm gonna drink a little water, eat some peanuts, and a little over 3.5 miles, I guess, to get down. And I'm just gonna quickly go to McDonald's. I kind of stink, and I'll eat in my car. I'll find the best hamburger they have. Heck with eating good. And that's the plan so far. We'll see how it goes. Catch you on the trail. Good morning. Okay, got the bags packed, sleeping bag, and let's see what it looks like up from my tent. Looks pretty cool. Now to get my backpack packed. Okay, so I just stepped out of my bag. Here's what I woke up to, or here's the beginning of my day. I've got to go in that direction, 3.5 miles still. Pack all this gear up. First thing, the sleeping bag. Got this in for. This you might find interesting. When you're in the Whitney area, the rangers make sure you have at least 2 of these toilet kits. Basically, it's a Ziploc bag with a chemical that gels, and you have to aim your poop in it. Now, they give you another Ziploc bag to put it in, but I wrap all that up in another Ziploc bag in a trash bag because you have to carry it all out. But who wants a bunch of germs in all this water? So it's a necessary evil. The sun's starting to come through, warming things up. Of course, when I came in last night, I happened to have picked the shadiest side. Anyway, here's my bag. All the weights near the bottom. Tent. A little pad that I kneel on when I have to do things, otherwise you're kneeling on stones. Wag bag I store in here, but this is my all-important bag. Money, car keys, things like that. That's the one bag you never want to lose. After I get this heavy mother on my back, strap this across my shoulders, because that's got some trail snacks, my iPod, my iPhone, excuse me. I brought earphones, but who listens to music when you're back here? And of course the all-important hiking poles. And that way, with this I don't have to take off my pack to get things. I've got my water bladder in here, so I can drink some water while I'm hiking. Pretty scientific. I wonder what John Muir did when they didn't have any of this stuff and he was back here. We're really sissies compared to those guys. Okay, gonna hit the trail. There's one expression we use back here. You leave nothing but footprints. Okay, I want to go home. seem to have taken forever. There's the trailhead. I'm almost home. They have a restaurant up there, and I'm craving a hamburger, and I see a light. I'm gonna try to eat. I thought this time of year it'd be closed. Restrooms, and here's where we deposit our wag bags, the human waste we have to bring off the mountain. I'll do that. Oh, there's my lovely Jeep. Oh, just waiting for me. Whew. Almost there. This really is a beautiful spot. All the granite. Really nice. And what a... the end of a trail. And thank God I live up here. It never ends.